If you're trying to land your first textile job, you probably considered bootcamp. In the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna persuade you why you should dramatically rethink your job hunt strategy and not enroll in bootcamp because it's destroying your job hunt. I'm gonna show you 3 things. 1, why bootcamp is destroying your job hunt. 2nd, the biggest consequence most career changers don't realize when they are bootcamp centric. And 3rd, the exact system people land over 200k jobs use. If you don't know who I am, my name is Yvonne Zhang. I broke into tech sales from a data analyst background within 30 days, and I started making 10k a month. Now I help clients to land their first tech sales job at top tech company like Toast, Cloudflare, Okta. If you guys want a free template from Ripple Effect, there's a link in the description below. So ever since COVID, people are starting to wake up from the matrix. They finally realize they don't like their dead-end job. They don't want to stay there anymore. So most people are starting to look at what other career they can change to. But because of switching to a new industry, it takes a lot of efforts. They don't know what to do. They get tired of in-person networking, outreach on LinkedIn, or they just get tired of rejection. Then there's this one thing called bootcamp. It feels like it's a shortcut, it's a cheat code, and people hear success story from these bootcamp, like some people have results and then it looks glamorous and it feels like you can buy your way in the industry. But the problem is, for example, if you're into fitness, if you want to lose pounds, right? And if you're telling me you get tired of eating chicken, eating vegetables, and all you want is just fast results. Bootcamp, it's like steroids. Instead of progressing, right, actually taking the right nutrition into your body by eating chicken and rice, vegetables, most people would prefer steroids. And bootcamp is taking steroids, and there's a lot of side effects. So this brings me to my 3 points that why bootcamp is destroying your job hunt. Number 1, no one is gonna diagnose what is the reason why you couldn't land interview or pass through interview and eventually get offers. So in my eyes, bootcamp, it's one day you have stomach ache and then you just Googling online and see what's wrong with you instead of going to a doctor. That's how bootcamp feels like, because you are enrolled in a general course, right? Even though you take a tech sales bootcamp course, you're still taking generic advice from a filmed recorded course, right? So sometimes you have pain in your body and then you just Google, and then all of a sudden all the different noises and different opinion on Google, it just makes you worry about your problem more. But in fact, you just have a one simple stomach ache. Probably you eat something the rice you cooked yesterday wasn't fully cooked and it's hard on your stomach, So one of my clients, Kevin, he joined a very well-known bootcamp. If you're job hunting, I'm sure you have heard of them and you might consider joining them. So he joined them a year ago, and then he was trying to do the job hunt for a whole year, and he never really able to pass through the hiring manager round. And when we first met, he found me through my YouTube video, and he told me about he was almost gonna give up, he just feel tech sales wasn't for him. Then we get on a complimentary career breakthrough session, and I already know the problem he had. It's not resume, it's not his LinkedIn, it's his mindset. So with that being diagnosed, and he was so happy that he feels okay, finally someone understands my problem and I can finally fix it, because for the longest time, for a whole year, he was just trapped watching the course or join some group training with hundreds and thousands of people, and he never know what is his core problem, because everyone is different. Some people might drag by their strategy, but most people are dragged by their mindset and their identity. So without changing your mindset and identity, no matter what kind of brilliant strategy we teach you, it's not gonna work out. So if you would like to book a complimentary career breakthrough session with us, the link is in the description below. So less than a couple weeks of working together, Kevin is already being a very confident future top BDRs. That's what happened when you finally realize you are not your problem. This is you, and there is your emotion, your problem, and all that things that making you devalue yourself. But once you identify, okay, like this is my problem, like I can solve it, and I know who can help me solve it, everything will be all right. If you guys want a free template from Ripple Effect, there's a link in the description below. Second reason why bootcamp is destroying your job hunt. So most people, honestly, boot camps are not cheap too. I know a girl, like she's from South Africa and she has to spend all her bonuses investing in the boot camp course. But after trying since May, and she still never really get interview. She know exactly what she need to do, but buying the course just make her feel like she already bought herself in, but in fact, she's way far from her goal because of she was obsessing with oh my God, I need to finish all the courses and then I need to do the certificate exam. And when she told me about it, I was like, what is that certificate gonna give you? Your goal is to get a high income job. Why are you stressed and anxious about not being able to pass this exam, so you cannot put this sort of bootcamp certificate on your LinkedIn? Honestly, no one really care about if you have the certificate or not. For example, if I'm coaching you and then I'm holding my diploma here or my coaching certificate, who's gonna care? So essentially what hiring manager really want to know, it's 3 things, very simple. Do they like you? Are you different? And can you do the job? So those are the 3 things you should focus all your energy and time and effort into thinking about it and how to position yourself, instead of obsessing or just still act like a student, feel I need to prepare for this exam. The other day I was reading one of a newsletter from Ali Abdaal. I really feel like someone actually put my thought into words. So essentially, I'm not even a very good student when I was growing up. I was always listening to my mom, but I wasn't very good in school because I didn't really care about school. I just feel all the theory stuff that we learned, what's the point? I'm a very practical person. So in his original newsletter, he was saying why good student couldn't be a good entrepreneur. But in this case, if we're talking about job hunt, same thing, entrepreneur is just working, right? So why good student couldn't be a good worker or top employees? Just because one core things, we were being trained in the school system that we have this exam, if you fail, you're gonna feel terrible, other people gonna look bad on you, your parents gonna blame you if you only have 90 out of 100. And the only way to prevent yourself to failing an exam or whatever is to prepare more, right? But that's what's causing most people procrastinate and letting their fears control them. But in work life, in real life, no one know what is actually gonna work. The only way to know is to keep trying and keep taking action, instead of feel oh my God, I need to prepare, I need to take more courses. It's not gonna work. Those knowledge, they eventually didn't bring into some action or practical things that you can talk to the hiring manager about. They don't really care how many certificates you have. All they care is okay, you can prove that you can do the job and I like you and you're different than most people, you're not doing everything that everyone would do, then you're already positioned as a top candidate. So don't obsess about some random certificate. Do the real work instead. So the third reason why bootcamp is destroying your job search, there's zero accountability and there's only overcrowded group coaching. So why do I say that? It's recently I was in one of the career breakthrough calls, and then this guy told me he joined another very famous boot camp. Also I'm sure most people would know. He joined it 6 months ago, and then he never really took the course. And then he was I recently just started looking at it. I was okay, but 6 months ago you already paid, why you didn't do any work? And then he just it's normal, you have excuses, life get busy, it's summer, and that just reflects the core problem of bootcamp. There's zero accountability versus if you actually enroll in a coaching program, I will be the one that checking on you every day, every week, and then once you enroll, we do onboarding to make sure things are flowing, you know what you need to do. So then you don't waste 6 months just letting the course sit there and not do anything anything. I mean, 6 months, you could have already got the job and then be in the job already. And then the second thing he told me, he was like, yeah, like recently I started working on the bootcamp, but then he joined the group coaching. He was like, oh my God, like I only joined 2 and I don't want to go anymore. And then I was like, okay, why? He was like, oh, like first it's overcrowded. Second, some student will mislead the conversation and they're just not talking about how to job hunt. When everyone joining the call, it's for that purpose. Like they just talk about other stuff, like I don't know, like partying, weekends plan, summer plan. But like there's people in the group that actually just want to like everything. Like I just want to get my job so I can have a high income, I can pay my bills, I can take care of my families. So like instead of wasting time in the overcrowded groups, like we do very intimate coaching. Like in our group coaching, there's only a few people. Everyone know each other. We feel like we're family. We always chat in our group about like our progress, and then make sure everyone have their question answered. In those sessions, we also work on mindset, meditation, self-awareness, and your identity as well. Like those are the things that I know for sure it's holding most people's back. Because like if you think about job hunt, like resume and LinkedIn profile or interview, it's just tips of the iceberg most people see. But the things that most people neglect is what is underneath the water, which is like how they look at themselves, their fear of objection, their fear of winning, their fear of like just taking action, right? Like you will be surprised. Most people are actually like self-sabotaging their success just because like they don't want to like outgrow their friends or outgrow their partner. If they get like a 6-figure income but their partner is still here, then they feel like, oh my God, like with this gap, like what are we gonna do? But we only live once. Like if you really want this job and you feel like it's right for you, you should fight all the fears that you have and go after it. Because like you never know, like we're probably not gonna wake up tomorrow, and I don't know why you're being held back by like other people's opinion, which sometimes don't even exist. It's just in your head. So in my opinion, like if you feel like this is something that right for you, you should go after it. So now I'm gonna tell you like what do my clients that land over 206K offered use. It's very simple. At Ripple Effect, we have this method called HIRE, H-I-R-E, and H stands for heal your head. It's like basically what I've been talking again and again. You need to first self-believe that you deserve the high income job, right? And you're able to regulate your nervous system by meditating, journaling, all that, whatever ways that can calm yourself down. Because like job hunt, it takes effort, it's not overnight success. It's not like tomorrow you can get the job. So like how can you make sure you can get out of your bed, do the work, right? And then like still rebounds when there's objection. These are the things that we teach my clients, and we call it heal your head. Second thing, invite yourself in. So after you truly believe you deserve a job, right? Then we need to take action by, like standing in front of the line instead of just waiting for hiring manager to come see you. So we'll do inbound and outbound LinkedIn strategy to make sure your profile is at the top, and then make sure recruiter can see you. And we also teach you strategy to outreach to recruiter and hiring manager, how to get interview. Like we just don't want you to wait in line to wait for people to come see you, come find you. Like this is a real life, like if you don't go chase it, if you don't go say hi to the girl you like, other guys, right? Or like if you don't say hi to the guys you find cute, like other people will come and grab them. So same thing for your job. Like if you really want that job, like you need to do something that is different than other people. And then third thing, it's like once you get the interview, we're gonna rock the interview for you by like first hook you up with our AI role play. Like you will get a lot of feedback from just like a couple sessions you did with them. So essentially it will give you feedback on your tonality, your posture, your answer, right? And your environment as well. Like are you filming yourself or doing mock interview in the middle of nowhere? Like make sure everything is presentable. And then after that, like after you implement the feedback from AI, and then we will do a role play. Like mainly I will be the one that giving you feedback, and we'll do a mock interview to make your subconscious mind feel like you already practiced this so many times. And when the real one comes through, it's just another practice, you know, you will be relaxed and at ease enough to ace it. And then finally, it's like after all the hard work, the last thing is earn what you deserve. So essentially, like, you know, if you ace the first 3 steps, the final one come very naturally. But that's where most people get like underself themselves again. It's like you really want to evaluate the whole process and see, okay, there's always chance to ask for more base salary or better healthcare package or like, you know, a different start day if you need it. Like all of these things, you just need to stand calm, right? And we will be able to help you negotiate that. Because just know, like after you start a job, it's going to take you like 6 months or 12 months to be able to reevaluate your compensation again. Instead of waiting another 6 to 12 months to get a higher base, like why not get it on day one, right? So if you feel like this is possibly what you might be looking for, you can book a call with us in the description below and we can talk about if there's any alignment to work together. Happy job hunting!